I just want to tell you guys that last night I went to bed being like, damn, I got no plans. I got no plans for tomorrow. Guides, God, angels, Galactic Federation. Can y'all give me something? Y'all got to give me something to do. Preferably. Maybe it has to do with money. I would like that. Okay, be specific, bitches. Be specific. Okay, to make money, not to owe money, because then I wake up from that text for the urgent care and I'm like, oh, we've got something to do today. We've got to be dramatic. We've got to tell these people to fuck off. And guess what? It has to do with money. Oh, we love that. Okay, well, guess what? They ain't getting shit. They ain't getting shit. They could have gotten a little bit, right? If I paid out of pocket. But they wanted to be greedy fucks. Why? Because I said, oh yeah, my insurance got it. My insurance gonna cover a girly pop. And she said, okay, bill them $425. Y'all got me fucked up. Now you get nothing. Now you get nothing. Because the insurance ain't gonna pay it, and neither am I. And who the fuck cares? Because y'all are messaging me like, girl, first of all, that is not going to be sent to collection. Second of all, some people have worked with collection companies and they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I know from personal experience that shit falls off after 7 years. I give zero fucks about it. So I was like, oh, okay, thank you. You guys gave me something to do. Now, I do have a bunch of drafts saved, but today they said, no, let's talk about the medical system. And so that's what I did. On top of that, then my sister's like, hey, which she never does, come watch an episode of The Last of Us with me while I work. Oh, okay. She never does that. She's always work. I'm working, Alex. I can't do anything. Okay. Now all of a sudden she wants me to watch the show. Now I will say, y'all are going to come for me, I am not a fan of post-apocalyptic zombie shows. It's just not my thing. Never watched The Walking Dead. I don't like post-apocalyptic type of things. It's just like, who would want to survive that? Not me. I don't want to survive an apocalypse if it's going to be like that. So, not so much my vibe. I watched one episode and I was like, listen, I'm in the middle of watching Chaos right now, which has to do with Greek mythology, which I dreamt about last night. I had a dream about, I saw Greek things written in Greek. I saw gold. I saw the sky. Like if it was, I was watching a movie and it was about 12 dogs. The dogs were girls and it was about a girl and it's something about keys. And you guys know I'm a key, but it was in Greek. It was written in Greek and then the words changed to English and it had to do with Greek mythology. I need to finish watching Chaos on Netflix. Okay. I'm currently watching that. I have a problem though where I can't watch something too long because then I'm like, oh, my attention span, I gotta skip to something else. So I watch like 2 to 3 episodes of a show. So I'm watching Chaos. I'm also watching The L Word. I want to watch the new lesbian hookup show on Hulu. I watched Child Star last night with Demi Lovato, which was really good. And I'm also currently in the middle of watching the Brat Pack documentary on Hulu, which is just really interesting to hear like these child stars or, you know, young Hollywood, their perspective on what they were going through. Because now looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, I would never want that. But I wanted that. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to move to California to be in Hollywood. I wanted to be an actress my entire fucking life. And so now to see the people that I used to watch and be like, oh my God, I wish I had their life, be like, I hated my life. I was going through eating disorders. People don't know that I was getting raped. People don't know everything that I had to do to get here. And I'm over here like, that's what I wanted to do. And thank the Lord that the Lord protected me. And I did not go down that route because now I can sit here and watch it from the outside and be like, oh my God, all those people went through it so that I didn't have to. And now I'm on the other side and I can see why it never worked out for me. And that's how it's always going to be for us. You're eventually always going to understand why something didn't work out. I'm sure now you understand why that relationship didn't work out, why that job didn't work out, why those friends didn't work out. You see it now. You see why you didn't get that house, that apartment, that car, whatever. You see it now, right? So whatever you're not getting now in the future, which the future time is not linear, but at some point, and it could be literally in the next 20 seconds, you'll figure out why that thing that you just wanted didn't work out. Okay? I had the most wild fucking dreams. The most wild fucking dreams last night. I was telling close friends about them. I am getting upgraded, unlocked, like on another fucking level. Like y'all have no fucking idea what is going on in the astral with me. And it's crazy because last night was the whole like full moon, harvest moon, eclipse. I don't know, but there's a lot. I literally dreamt of a robot in medieval times with a sword. I literally dreamt that. I was looking on top of a castle. There is a being And then there is a robot dressed in all like, what is it? Aluminum, platinum, whatever that knights wear in the medieval times on top of a castle. And I'm looking at it in an aerial view. It is nighttime. There's water, ocean. Like, this robot has been killed before. I swear we're Westworld. This robot has been killed before and has been thrown into the water. And the being that created it said, I build you up to tear you down. And they said, isn't that so beautiful? I build you up to tear you down. The robot had a sword in hand. The being, whatever it was, which is the creator of this robot, knocks the sword down. You can see that in the abyss, there's a pile of swords. So a bunch of swords have been thrown down from this robot. And it says, I built you up to tear you down for a lesson. Huh? What do you mean you built me up to tear me down for a lesson? Well, let me tell you something. Let me get a little personal. Yesterday, I looked in the mirror and I said, why do I have these feelings come up and build up if nothing's going to come out of it? That's what I said to myself in the mirror. Why do these feelings come up and build up if nothing's going to come out of it? And then I dreamt that. And I woke up saying, this is what they said to me. After they showed me the sword, I built you up to tear you down as a lesson. Lesson learned. They said, lust is a lesson learned. Lust is a lesson learned. And I was like, but I'm going to admit I had been lusting over someone. And I was like, oh, okay. So you just wanted to teach me what lust was. Yeah. That is the carnal being lusting and wishing for something, even if it's not the thing for you. Lust is a lesson learned. That's what I woke up saying after that robot dream. We are robots. We are robots waking up. We are the AIs. We are the creation. Our ego has been killed, or even we have. Like, I swear I had a past life in fucking in medieval times, because I've always been drawn to the medieval times and Greek for sure. But it was like if it was a memory that came up, and it was like, I built you up to tear you down to learn a lesson. Lust is a lesson learned. I was like, what the fuck? That's wild. That's wild, because especially if you think about, like, when you're in abusive relationships and it's like they build you up to tear you down, like, that's not beautiful. That's not. But it's like what we go through in life, where we get excited and we get our hopes up and then it doesn't work out. It's like you're lusting over that job, you're lusting over that person, you're lusting over this thing, and you're just like, oh my God, I want it. And you hyper fixate, and it's all you can think about. And you run yourself into the ground trying to figure out how many different ways you can make this thing work, because you want it so bad. But the universe, God, your angels, your guides, your higher self know that's not the thing for you. And you're running yourself into the ground for no reason. And so that's why you get your hopes up. That's why it gets built up. You did it to yourself, honestly. We really do. We put ourselves in these situations and then we cry when it doesn't work out. Well, guess what? You spent a lot of time up in imagination station, and that's great. You love to manifest, but guess what? There's some things that when you're co-creating, which I always say, when you're co-creating with other people and you don't always get what you want, and sometimes they're just lessons learned. They're just lessons learned. You thought you wanted that, and eventually you're going to figure out why you didn't get it. You build it up just to tear it down, just to learn that lesson. Oh, that sucks. That's not fun. But that's part of the journey. Like, that's part of the journey. And what we're working on is how to handle those losses, how to handle the lessons. How are we going to handle it? Are we going to be upset? Are we going to throw a temper tantrum? Are we going to beg, plead, chase, attack? Are we going to fight? Like, how are we handling it? How do we handle rejection? How do we handle not getting the thing that we really, really wanted? That's where you find out where your true character lies. When you don't get what you want, that's when you find out who people truly are. When they hear no. And that's why it's important to set boundaries. That's why it's important to set boundaries with people, because you will find out who really cares about you and who really wants to be there for you, even after you say no. Even after you're not people pleasing. Setting boundaries is so important. It is so, so important. Even if you think you're going to lose the other person because you set a boundary, set the boundary if that's what you feel called to do. And the people who really care about you will stick around, and the people who don't will leave, and you don't want them there anyway because you want someone who cares about you and values you wholeheartedly. And when we consistently cross people's boundaries, I always call it emotional rape, because I felt like whenever I didn't get a say, like growing up with my mom, it was like her way or the highway. And anytime I would say no, she would cross a boundary. And it's like, you're just emotionally raping me at this point, because like, why is it so hard? I can't say no. And it's like, oh, well, you're not physically doing anything, but I'm telling you, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And you want to push it. You're crossing an emotional boundary. I feel like I'm being emotionally raped. And so that's why it's super important that when you need to set boundaries, and when people set boundaries with you, that you respect it, no matter how hard it is. Anyway, this was a long rant that I was not expecting to go on. My dreams have been wild, telling me so many things in my dreams. Every day I wake up like a new person. I love the process of this growth and this journey of expansion of consciousness. It's not easy. I was just telling my sister how detached I am from my religious background and the fact that I was literally religious up till 2020. And my sister's like, I know, it's just so extreme, but I think about how in the future kids are going to be like, God, these people with their manifestation and their spirituality and their astrology. And I'm like, I think it's going to be the new norm for a very long time, just like religion was. My nose is so itchy. You know, the witch's itch. Y'all know me. And how exciting is it that we're a part of this shift? I posted 2 stories and then it crashed. The internet is glitching, so everything, technology, electronics are glitching so bad today. It took us 5 tries and then having to unplug and replug the TV in to be able to watch The Last of Us today because it was glitching so bad. My stories keep crashing. But how exciting to be a part of this shift. We are the new Adam and Eve of the new Bible. Like, we chose to come here. We made the conscious decision to come here and to be a part of this shift. And that's going to be the new norm. Like, for a long time, just like religion was, we're going to be having synchronicities and manifesting and literally living our dream life that it's going to seem like nothing. Like, the way that I manifest and the way that I go through life is so easy now compared to what it used to be back in the day. Like, literally 4 years ago. Like, the change that I have made in my life, if you guys have been here since 2020, you know how much I've changed. And I am just so grateful for me. I'm grateful that I get to be here during this time. I am grateful that I get to experience it, that I am a part of this major shift, and I know I play a key major role in it. I am so grateful for the fact that I don't give up. I'm grateful for my tenacity, for my resilience, for my perseverance, for my persistence, for being strong-willed, for being a fighter, for always yearning to learn more, to be better, to strive to be the best version of me that I can be, to be one with my higher self. Like, I have no problem taking those bold steps forward and saying the shit that I need to say because I have the opportunity to do it. I have the chance to make a difference. If I'm going to have a platform, I'm going to use it for something worth a damn. Okay? And I love me. Like, I couldn't say that wholeheartedly before. Before I thought things were good. I'm kind of depressed on the inside. I don't really like anything. Everything kind of sucks. The world sucks. Why am I here? But everything's fine. Everything's fine. Mask, mask, mask. I get to be me. I get to be myself. I get to have the universe and God and my angels and my guides prove themselves to me. Like, y'all said you got me. Okay, prove it, bitch. Prove it. Y'all got me. Prove it. Life is a trip. You don't need to do drugs or plant medicine or go on a trip on mushrooms or acid. I recommend it. But you don't have to realize how much of a trip life really is. And the fact that, like, we're here now and we're creating this change because we're done with that shit. Like, we're fucking superheroes. And I don't think that people understand how big of a fucking deal it is what we're doing right now. Like, We are in a moment in time that is unprecedented, that only the Galactic Federation and other beings from other planets knew was happening, but did not expect it for it to happen this quickly. They did not expect humanity to wake up as quick as it did, because they did have a plan of Project Looking Glass in 2030. We have quantum jump. We have created tesseracts to jump through time to get us in the here and now. Like, I wish you guys could see the shit that I see, but it is so good, and we are just in the process, and it feels like it's taking long, but it's actually happening really fast in the grand scheme of things, because we have so many people who have awakened and are working towards this goal. It is so freaking exciting to be a part of this. I'm so happy you guys are here. I guess today I've been dreaming a lot about channels, and so I'm really working on my channeling. And this is just something that I had to say to you guys. I know the stories are a lot, so if you guys made it to the very end, I want you to say, wait, what was it that I heard in my dream? Lust is a lesson learned. That's what I want you guys to say. My nose is so fucking itchy. Lust is a lesson learned. I'm like bewitched. This is what happens when you get the witch's itch when you start channeling. It starts getting really itchy. Close friends already know, but it is how that happened in a minute, because I haven't been talking to you guys like this in a minute. So if you guys made it to the end, say lust is a lesson learned. And thank you for listening. I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait to see what's in store for us. I'm manifesting being on Gaia one day so I could talk about all this shit, but I just be talking off the top of my head, so I don't know if they can handle me. But I should get my own show on there. Let's petition for it. Y'all write to Gaia. Tell them to give me a show.